And as I played throughout Diablo 2, you got implied destinies of the rogue and the sorcerer and what happened to them. Would it be, is there going to be something like that concerning the other Diablo 2 classes in Diablo 3 where there's implied destinies about what happened to them? And will we learn about, Luke Ghislaine or how Karast has healed from what happened to them, or the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye? Will we hear about what's going on with them and now that they got their cathedral back?
So for me, I remember that when I played Diablo 2 and I found out kind of the implied destinies like you're talking about with the classes from Diablo 1, I thought that was one of the coolest things. And I we're definitely planning to continue that. Specifically like, the Sisterhood of Sightless Eye or what happened to the Necromancer. You might see some things, but we definitely keep in mind what's gone before and draw on that and try to show you how things have turned out.
Thank you.
Hi. So I had a lot of fun playing ladder in Diablo 2, but it got kind of weird when you had some forum communities come up with their own currency, and then when ladders reset, they wouldn't actually reset, the forums that weren't part of the game. So it became kind of hard to play competitively on the ladder if you weren't part of these forums and had currency and stuff. It became really hard just to play with only the game open. You have to like alt-tab out and stuff.
And what's the question?
Well, sorry. Are you going to like address that? I mean, I know it's hard for you guys to try and deal with like third-party problems, but is there a way? It kind of goes to your economy, how you want to have one solid currency. And how you can maybe address these kind of third-party problems?
Well, I mean, we're always trying to address any kind of third-party group that basically does something that we feel hurts the overall gameplay of the game. We try to do what we can to correct it. So for us, the answer is really most likely going to lie on how we handle the trading issues. And so since we haven't decided exactly how we're going to do that, it's hard to kind of comment specifically on that. But it's definitely an issue that we're aware of and that we want to address.
Thank you.
The guy is really tall. Sorry. The question I had, and I think it's probably the most important question and the question that all Diablo fans wants to know, since my previous question was already answered, will there be a cow level?
So I'll take this one. In Diablo 2, there's a feature called the chat gem, and it will actually answer your question if you pay attention.
Thanks.
How you doing? Real quick, I love you, Destiny. For you guys, I think that the changes you have made over the last couple of years here playing the beta is absolutely amazing. My actual question pertains to the new Demon Hunter and the choice of double crossbows. What gives? Like, I can understand one of them, maybe one with a multi-shot, but what about like a sidearm or something? Like 2 single crossbows just kind of seems a little uncreative.
I think it seems kind of awesome myself.
The crowd's turning ugly. You might want to make a run for it.
You don't have to use those. You can use all kinds of stuff. She's got crossbows and bows. But we love them. We think that they're great. We think that it brings an awesome... thank you. We think it brings like an added dimension. You haven't seen like John Woo kind of action in a Diablo hero before, and yeah, we don't want to drive you into a particular game style, but for her own unique class of weapons. Please, someone jump in if I'm wrong, but I think that this really speaks to who she is. She's techie, and she's trained. She's practiced in things that other people in the world haven't seen before. Maybe there's another one-handed crossbow out there, but I think the Demon Hunters maybe have that tech locked up somehow.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
So my question would be, since y'all are emphasizing PvP abilities and PvE abilities being completely different, is there any way we're going to get dual specs so that if we want to focus more on PvP, we're not going to be screwed for PvP as well?
Well, the point there is we don't want to screw you for PvE. Our focus is on PvE. We don't want to get distracted. We love PvP. We love what we've done with it. But we don't want it to become such a distraction that we counterbalance what we're doing in PvE. So that's always going to come first for us.
Thank you.
Just wanted to ask more about the artisans. I know that you can level them up, but I was wondering, you gave them all this gold to get them cool crap to make the caravan look better. Are they going to be giving you any sort of like reduction in prices of lower level stuff out of appreciation? Because otherwise, without you, they'd still be dead, and the Black Spice Wife would be dead, and the town would be destroyed. So, I mean, I would like a little appreciation here.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll give you a discount. Just you, though. Nobody else. I mean, it's really, it's a logic issue versus a gameplay issue. So, logically, they would give it all to you for free, and everyone would give you things for free, and you would swim in donuts and happiness forever. But the truth is we want an economy. And so because we want an economy, it's logical that you would pay someone for their services. And so you pay them, we get gold out of the economy, you guys get a currency to trade with, and everybody wins. Except for that donut thing. Nobody gets that. There's no donuts in Diablo. No, I just threw it down. Blizzcon exclusive, no donuts.
Thank you.
Hello, great game, but I have a question about how the game is going to transition. Like, you've upped the pace from Diablo 2 significantly, and I'm curious how it's going to transition into boss fights for Diablo 3.
I'm sorry, I know I keep looking down, I just want to make sure I'm not taking all the questions. Boss fights we always consider an extension of the core gameplay. So one of the things we focused on is with every boss fight, we want a reflection of how the game plays regularly. So our boss focus is, we've always said, we want to make them about 50% Diablo 2 and about 50% Zelda. I always really like Zelda as an example because Zelda has very simple, straightforward boss fights that play into their core game mechanics, but they make them really interesting by having good phases or good themes, by setting up their bosses really well. So that's what we're trying to do with all the boss fights that you'll experience in Diablo 3.
Thank you.
Hey, I love this game. I've played it since I was 5, but I quit, and then after a few years I returned, and I was horribly disappointed when the bots came. And I was wondering if there was any way to stop the program such as T2NT and just cancel them out, like in Battlegrounds with World of Warcraft, and you could just report them AFK, they gotta press the button, and then they'll be saved.
Wow. Let's see. We want to make your online experience as good as possible because we hate bots just as much as you do. So we will do whatever we can to try to stop them.
You also have to remember that technology has changed quite a bit from Diablo 2. So we have a lot more tools at our disposal to try to counteract bots.
Yeah, I mean, it is a tough challenge, though. I mean, every time we try to stop things, people put a lot of effort into try to making them back again. But I'll say that we will do whatever we can.
Yeah, and a lot of the structure of the new BattleNet does actually make it difficult to have something that can just kind of jump in easily to a game and bot and move out. So that's one of the things that we're trying to look at as we continue to develop BattleNet.
Thank you.
So I was wondering if we're going to get a key ring to carry all our ears on. And